Cindy from Crochet by Cindy. Today we're going to learn the single crochet, and it's going to look just like this when we're finished. So grab your hook and your yarn and we'll get started. Okay, so for this I had just chained 8, and you can watch my previous video on how to do the slip knot and the chain stitch. But you're going to chain 8, and this is just for learning. And for the single crochet stitch, you're going to put your hook into the second chain from the hook. So if you look right here where my thumb is the first chain. That's where your hook is attached to. That's your first chain. So it would be the very last chain that you did. And then this is the second chain, right where my thumb is. Where my thumb is now, that's where your second chain. So that's where you're going to put your hook. Now I'm going to show you, each chain stitch has 3, I guess, strands of yarn, you might want to say. There's an upper, and there's a middle one that kind of is that bump in the back that I had on the wrong side that I had talked to you about in the previous video. And then there's a lower strand. Okay, some people were taught to just go under the very upper strand of yarn, which is okay. I go right above the lower, so I have actually 2 strands of yarn. It adds a little bit more stability to my stitching than just going under the upper. If you go under the upper, which I'm in now, it kind of pulls, so you may have like a small hole or something there. To me, it just looks a little bit nicer if you go under both. To go into the second chain from the hook, I'm going to put my hook under these top 2 strands here, and I'm just going to wrap. I'm going to put the hook in back of the yarn, wrap it, pull it through that chain stitch. So then you have 2 loops on your hook. Wrap again, and here I put the hook in front of the yarn. I just kind of hook it and pull it through those 2 loops. Okay, and that's your first single crochet. So now you're going to go in the very next chain. So right here is where you made that first single crochet. Okay, so you're going to go into the very next chain. So again, put your hook under the top 2. So when you tilt it like this, it's going to look like this. And wrap your yarn, pull it through that chain stitch, and you have 2 loops on the hook. Wrap over again, pull through both loops, I'm sorry. Okay, let's do that again. Put your hook through, wrap over, pull through your chain stitch. You have 2 loops, wrap over again, pull through those 2 loops. Okay, so continue in this way until you get to the very last chain, and I'm going to do so as I talk to you. If you have any questions, any comments, or problems, please email me at CrochetByCindy@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment on the video. I appreciate any nice compliments, any comments. And I'm always here to help, so if you have any problems, you can even take a picture of your work and say, "Help me, I'm stuck." And I will try to help as best as I can. So now I'm coming to the very last chain, and I'm going to continue and do the very last single crochet. Okay, so here's my first row. We did 1 row of single crochet. Now, with single crochet, when you come to the end of the row, to give some more height for your next row, you're going to chain 1, you're going to chain 1, and it's going to, your pattern's going to say turn your work, so you're going to actually turn everything. So you're going to be working along the wrong side of the first row. So this is the wrong side, and the side that was facing you when you did your first row was the right side. We're going to turn so your wrong side is facing you. Now it gets easier, I promise. Once you get through that foundation chain, it gets a lot easier. If you hold your work like this, you will see it looks like a chain stitch. You see 2 strands of yarn in each stitch. Okay, just so. There's 1, there's your 2nd stitch, there's your 3rd stitch. So you're going to go into the very first stitch. You're going to put your hook right under those top 2 strands of yarn, like so. So it's going to, if you tilt it like this, it's going to look like that. Put your hook in there and do the exact same thing. Wrap over, pull through your work. If I can get these things out of the way here. And wrap over again and pull through the 2 loops. Let's do that again. Put your hook in the very next stitch, just like that. Wrap over, pull through that, and you have 2 loops. Wrap over, pull through those 2 loops. And you're working on your 2nd row of your single crochet. One more time, I believe in repetition and practice. Put your hook in there, wrap over, you have 2 loops, wrap over, pull through those 2 loops. Okay? So I'm going to continue to the very end of this row, and you can do the same. And we're going to do what we do at the very end of each single crochet row. And one more here. Okay, chain 1 to turn everything, twist everything, so now the right side is facing you again. Okay, every other row is going to be the right side. Your very first row that you did of crochet, whatever side was facing you is going to be the right side. So then you can just continue onto the next stitches after this. Okay, so you just completed a single crochet. So thank you for viewing my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon.